Welcome again, everyone. Let It Fly on Fridays with Jerry. Old Guy Review. I apologize. And thank you to everyone who let me know this morning that I didn't have a Friday video. It's good to be worried about. So, Let It Fly on Fridays. Saturday edition, 15 May 2021, brought to you this week by Miss Diane. So it was her birthday, and for the first time in I don't know how many years, she took the day off. We enjoyed it together all day, and we went to the man stores, both of them, and picked up all kinds of stuff. She wanted some new plants since I motivated her with all my work on the crawler course. She got some stuff. I got some stuff. We had lunch, late lunch, came home, started digging holes and planting things. So the day got away from me. By the time I took my first break, it was way too late to make a video. So, that is my story. Which kind of sucks because I was on top of things for a change. Got an email from Traxxas this week. 3 new things were coming out. One of them was if you like the new 2021 Bronco. They released one. 2 different colors. Red and I think it looks yellow, but they're calling it an orange. First that I've heard of, an RC company released a vehicle in the OEM colors from the manufacturer. It's got a whole bunch of new doodads on it, which is funny because the one is, it has no body post anymore. And it has a clip system, which is pretty cool because it makes the body stiffer, because the body has all the hard plastic in it to support the body. So it makes that Lexan pretty stout. But 4 little clips, you put your fingers in the fender wells, I don't know, just like a Red Cat, and pop the clips, front and rear, takes the body off. Except instead of Velcro, it is hard plastic. It's on the long wheelbase, same as the Defender. So I think it looks a bit weird. I think the 2-door Bronco is more my style than the 4-door. But hey, if you like the Broncos, it's a pretty good looking body, and they're the only ones. So that's supposed to come out in the middle of May. I see that A-Main this morning has already shown it's going to be available, but $549. Wow. And then on top of the body, they released 2 new other things they're going to have, which is a winch and new light kits. Now, it finally impresses me that a company is going to come out with something that some cheap companies like, I don't know, Common Sense RC's been doing for years. Their light kits are a little fiddly, but you've got reverse lights and brake lights and all those kind of things that I will admit, with a few of my kits, particularly the crosses, I love having the brake lights come on when you stop. It's just cool. Same thing with the HGs. And cripe, the HG's like a $20 kit for the lights. And they're LEDs. But Of course, if you're like me and you have the old Defender, the light kit won't work. You'll have to buy a whole new light kit. But I do have the Sport right there. Oh, and right there. So the light kit should work with those newer style light kits. So I wouldn't have to buy everything. And I think that the old 69 Blazer looked pretty good with functioning lights, high beams, low beams, reverse lights, brake lights. That would look pretty sweet. But the light kit didn't blow my skirt up as much as the winch did. So finally, thanks for getting on board, Traxxas. This is one of the coolest little winches I've seen. So the servo winches, they're pretty powerful, but they don't look like a winch. So you can't put them on the front. You always mount them on the inside. Traxxas's new winch is a winch, mounts on the front. We can finally use the fake bumpers, I'm thinking, because why would I want to buy? They're saying you have to buy a new bumper. Hey, the old one's got the fake Fairlead on it, so I'd make that one work. But one of the things I've never seen on a winch is a free spool button. So instead of sitting there and backing that winch cable out, which takes forever, you got a button on it. You push the button, pull out the cable, hook it to whatever, start winching. That is cool. And oh my God, the kids are attacking something. It must be a squirrel or a stray dog. It sounds horrible. Oh yeah, it's vicious. So I want to see how the winch hooks up. It'd be nice if you could just buy the winch and put it on a bunch of stuff. But we shall see on that. Right now, it's just pretty much their explanation of it, and they're not showing a lot of the intricacies. So those are the three new things from Traxxas. Now, for RC four-wheel drive people like myself, if you have the 84 4Runner or the pickup trucks that have the opening hoods on it, they now released, I mean, they're $40, but still they're kind of cool, is the fact that they have released an inner engine bay, which has a whole scale motor, scale everything, and it has some fender liners in it, which if you've never had an RC four-wheel drive before, when you get them, they have some weak, when you buy the fender liners, they're just Lexan. Pretty cheap looking, flimsy. This looks pretty cool that they actually have the molded in fender liners for the engine bay. So that looks pretty nice. So now, there it is. The 4Runner may have to get an engine bay. And the coup de grace, so to speak, on this is it comes with a sticker sheet with the hood stickers and all the engine decals. It's got a fuse box in it with a removable lid. Haha. That is cool. So there, I actually have some news on some new stuff. So go to Traxxas's website, check out Traxxas's new items, if it's your thing. And then you can go to RC 4-Wheel Drive and check out that interior kit, which is pretty cool. Or if you've got an old trail finder, you want to cut the hood off and have a fake engine bay showing, that would be great. So, updating on the course, I have now got the course. It's moving right along. I am basically killing some time, cleaning up some stuff, straightening up some stuff, just waiting for my fill dirt. But I did do a big project that gave me some dirt so I could start a little bit. So waiting on my fill, but I have got two things today. One of them is just a little finish up, and the other one is it's a new section, which is just going to be natural. So I've got the 114, 112 scale side. That's going to be a little town. One of the things I have to raise in preparation for the dirt, so I don't know if it's going to be usable still. We'll see today, because that's the little part to finish up. Actually got some more scrap wood for my little idea. So that's getting mended up today. The other part is just moving some fencing, cleaning it up a little bit, but it's just going to be natural. Instead of all the 114 side used to be natural. Now I'm just mending up the roads a little bit. The rock course section is pretty much done. I did some weird experimentations, and that's drying. So hopefully this week I am going to be more on top of it, because I'll get to the point where I'm at the wall, and all I can wait for is my quarry. I got 2 quarries on standby, waiting to find out. They're going to call me as soon as the dirt's available, which is topsoil, so I can grow things in it. So we're going to have a natural section, a rock section, and then the 114 section. 114, 112. So you're going to have a town, crawler section, natural section. So it'll be a big L. Yes, an L. And I may add, pardon me, I may do another little section in the center. It's just where I do some of my natural driving, and I just kind of leave it alone. So I may leave the trails that exist in there and just put some soil around the other areas, just to break it up a little bit so you can see the trails better. But because of that, hopefully I should have nothing but driving videos this week, because I want to take a break from the manual labor of the last 2 weeks, which you guys have only seen bits and pieces of. So I should be to a stopping point today. So starting tomorrow, I'm relaxing, and I'm gonna start driving on my new stuff, which will also include Woods Unknown wants to see the 2 red cats again, but instead of a little competition like we had with the crawler course section, or the versus challenge course section, I'm going to take them out on the new course, and we're going to run through, the natural section and the rock section to help Woods decide which of the 2 red cats he wants to get. So we're going to cover that one. Now this part is for CP Helps 454. Chad, I'm going to make you this part because, man, this is a lot of typing for me on an email. Now, Chad has, for his son, an Arma Granite, which has a brushed motor in it. His question was, he wants to upgrade it to a brushless, and he wanted some suggestions. But there are a bunch of factors here. So Chad here you go. Now, if I was going with a brushless kit, just like I've been doing now, with some brushless setups, I would go with Hobbywing. You can get some pretty inexpensive setups with the motor and the speed control. Boom. But you have a brushed truck. So what I did was I looked up the Granite. So the Granite, it doesn't show a brushed version right now. Let me just make sure. Yes. They show a brushless version, which has a 3200 kV motor in it. But here's the thing. This thing is touted as being a 50 plus mile an hour one, so you probably don't want that for your kid. But if you're having motor ESC problems with the Arma, and Arma sent you new motors, new speed controls, you know, either pitch those or get your specs off of yours. Because here's the specs on the new brushless Granite. It's running a 32 kV motor in it. It's got a 52 or a 57 tooth spur gear and a 15 tooth pinion. You know, I'm thinking if you're burning up motors and speed controls, the gearing in your stock one something's wrong. Either the spur and pinion are not what was supposed to be in there. I've seen some issues with Armas, but if you want the more speed out of it, you know, you could look at the pinion the pinion and spur they're selling with the brushless one, and maybe go with a lower KV. You know what, 1800s, something small. It's definitely for your son. Yeah, 8 years old. Yeah, I'd go with a smaller KV motor. And maybe try the gearing setup that Arma's putting in their new super fast one. And just throw a cheap small one in there. Because if they're just sending you the same thing and it's burning up again, there's got to be something wrong with the gearing. So that is something I would start with. I would compare, see if you've got the owner's book or you've got the box or whatever. This is since what, April? Yeah. If you've burn up motors and speed controls that quick, something is up. So I would look at the gearing first. Go with a small brushless from Hobbywing. Maybe do some looking around and see if this motor Spectrum, I guess it's got a Spectrum. It's got a Arma ESC and a Spectrum motor. That's the brushless setup. But you probably don't want a 3200 for your 8-year-old kid. So go with something small, see what it does, and that's a good starting point. But that is a little bit weird. But at least it's good to know that Horizon is taking care of you with warranty work. So I hope that helps. I hope that's a good place to start. And we'll just cross that one right off. Now, I thought I had an excellent rant about Banggood. So I had a bunch of points. I wanted to be done with Banggood. Cashed them in. Got 2 items. One of them, I want to use the 806 trailer with the heavy tonnage eventually. So I had the suggestion months ago just to buy the 5th wheel setup and see if I can make it work on the heavy tonnage that comes on the 802. So I figured, what the hell? $20. I'll get the fifth wheel. I've got get all these nuts and bolts. I can make something work. Well, I bought something else too. But it's just mainly for scale on the 114 course, but it ended up being smaller than I thought it was going to be. I got a little fire truck, a Hunya, Hunya, whatever they're called, with a functioning squirter, so I can put fires out. But it's just a little cheap truck, you know. You guys will see it out on the course eventually. But it's got lights and sounds. It has no suspension whatsoever, kind of rubbery tires, but the rear end is locked. And it made it around the course before I've even improved it yet. Come on, Tamaya. This little cheap truck drove around the course that was beating up your big trucks. So let me know if that's something you guys might want to see, or we'll just see it on the course and then we won't worry about it. It's kind of a combo. It looks like it needs some detailing. But proportional steering, lights and sounds, squirter, the squirter is 360 degrees up and down. It can squirt. Less than $100. Why not? But 2 items sent at the same time. This truck and my kit for a fifth wheel. My fifth wheel got delivered to Florida somewhere, to somebody's house. Called the shipping company. They were like, yeah, your name wasn't even on that. What was your name? Where was it going? No, that's not even close. The tracking says it was delivered to Texas. FedEx, who is TNT, I've never heard of that shipping company, but that's from International's TNT, then it comes to the United States, and then it becomes FedEx or UPS, one of the two. Tracking shows it's in Texas. They're delivered in Texas. Company says it was delivered in Florida. After 4 emails back and forth, they're not emails, live chats, and emails, with Banggood, which every one of them told me to contact the shipper. I had to tell them every single time. It's in Florida. No, it's in Texas. Well, it doesn't matter where it is because it's not in Alaska. Oh, the friggin' people. And then this morning, last night, we have shipped you out a new one. No problem. Obviously, they figured out that my address was not where it went. So boom, they processed it faster than when I make a brand new order. So Banggood, you did me dirty on the 806. You did me dirty on the 802. And now you've made up for 2 times of doing me dirty. You never fixed the lights on the 806. And the 802 took 3 months to get here when I paid for fast shipping. So damn you, Banggood. My little 114 Wranglers came out okay. This little fire truck's kind of neat. Damn you. Okay. So now to the small channel. RC Crawlers, Mid-Wales. We were chatting it up this week. I went and checked his site out, and he's got some nice stuff. So go check out RC Crawlers, Mid-Wales. Tell him I sent you. And sit back and enjoy the soothing driving in Mid-Wales. And congratulations. It's good to see Mr. Brushless came back. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Thanks for stopping back in. LFRC, thanks for letting me know that the badass rhino stickers that came with my sweet little Jimny is a Jimny logo. That is hilarious. So, we're going to do the shout outs, and I have one last bit. This week's shout outs: Adrian Camus, RC Crawlers Mid Wales, Coldstein 1, Babs RC, RC Joe, Finn McFlanagan, and Jordan Howell. Thanks for dropping in, throwing some comments, letting us chat back and forth. But the last part is the course name. So, as I've explained, it's a multi-purpose course now. Some of my best suggestions so far are from RC Nixter and Furball. RC Nixter gave me the Alaskan Outback Trail. Furball gave me the Brooksoplex. Now there's another tuber that calls his course a plex of some sort, but the Brooksoplex goes by the fact that the biggest mountain range in Alaska near me is the Brooks Range. So Furball, being a ex-Alaskan, knew that. So Brooksoplex and the Alaskan Outback Trail for a multi-purpose course. Now CP Helps 454 gave me a bunch of suggestions, but as good as they are, I don't think they encompass the multi-purposeness of the track. So, anyone else, you want to throw out some multi-purpose track names, let me know, because, I'd like to christen it pretty soon. Everything I've been thinking of is just kind of technical and boring. I was trying to look for something a little peppy. Now, Indigo Creek Trading Company has given me, it's going to be a section name, I've decided. That Slow Troll RC has also given me the name for the town that's going to be in the 114-12 section. So we got a town name. We're going to have a section name. I've actually thought of, on the crawler course, is going to have kind of an ominous name for one part of it. But still feeling around for some multi-purpose course name. So maybe once you guys start seeing it, we'll get some names going. So that is it for today. Sorry it's late, but I got up extra early. It's 7 o'clock, and you can see it's nice and sunny outside. Well, it's kind of overcasty. But the state bird of Alaska, the mosquito, is out in force, even at 7 o'clock in the morning. Bastards. So I will talk to you on the next one.